morning, beautiful people. Happy Friday. Bobby the Awesome here. Welcome to 321 No Kiddin. I am a little aggravated right now, if I'm telling you the truth, because I just recorded a whole episode that did not record. And I'm just like technologically broken. Like yesterday and today, I lost a whole Google Drive on my team. I lost a whole interview that I did this week. The whole recording's gone. And then just now, I'd like to blame the technology, but I'm going to try to be a good sport. But it really does not make for a happy morning. So I'm trying to turn myself around here, guys. I'm going to read today's reading again, since you didn't hear anything I said the first time. So D.M. Prescott, every day is a new day. The past is gone, the future still to come, but today is ours to do with as we will. Recovery means we can make choices on a daily basis, choices that will be in our best interest. Now we can choose to be loving, forgiving, and positive. We can choose the people, places, and things that bring comfort and joy to our lives. Now we can choose life. In recovery, we have tools that help us make these choices. Our 12-step program, sober and gamble-free friends, slogans, and literature. We have physical and mental stamina to help us make and fulfill healthy decisions. And our spiritual rebirth gives us serenity and peace no matter what problems we may face. We are saying goodbye to our past. We can't look into the future and only work on ourselves today. But truly, today is ours to do with as we will. Today, guide my choices as I lead a sober life, or bet-free life, one day at a time. Now, I have to tell you, I know I fumble sometimes when I'm reading, but I realized it's the way this book is written sometimes, because they literally started a sentence with "and" as the first word, which is not acceptable. It's not the English class I learned. Okay, so this is about what I hear is living in the present is a big part of it. And choices, being able to make our own choices and clear-minded choices. We can choose to be loving, forgiving, and positive. I will tell you that if it wasn't for recovery, like let's say that my breakup was while I was even still drinking, but still gambling. And I know this because I've broken up with people when I was gambling, right? I went through my divorce when I was still gambling. I don't know that I was always the most loving, forgiving, and positive person through any of those experiences. I definitely have grown to where this time I was able to treat it. I don't know if I was like full-blown positive because I was sad and hurt, but I definitely was expressed gratitude throughout the whole thing. So I guess that counts as being positive. We can choose the people, places, and things that bring comfort and joy to our lives. I actively do that. So one of the things that stopped bringing me joy was my day job. And if I was still gambling, I wouldn't have a choice of whether or not I could stay at my day job. So just that is one example. Who I hang out with, the places I go. I love choosing those. Like I know situations that I can't be in, you know, with people and places and things, and I just don't be in them. If they don't bring me happiness and they don't excite me, then I just don't do it. We get to choose life, just like the reading says. Now we can choose life. In recovery, we have tools to help us. And it lists off, 12-step. We have friends that are, like-minded, gamble-free friends, slogans and literature, a new physical and mental stamina to help us make and fulfill healthy decisions. If I'm gambling, I am not thinking about counting calories or making sure that I eat healthy fats instead of bad fats. I'm not thinking about reading books or listening to books or audiobooks or talking to people that are smarter than me. I'm not thinking about any of that stuff. I'm thinking about the bet. So now I get to choose all those healthy things. And our spiritual rebirth gives us serenity and peace no matter what problems we may face. So this is so freaking true, because if I didn't have my spirituality and the mental outlook that I currently have. So yesterday I got denied something that I really wanted. And I was frustrated and I cried for like a minute. And then I was like, it was interesting because I don't think I've ever done this quite so well in the heat of the moment. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get over the being angry. I'm going to practice what I preach, that I know that even if shit happens, shit's happening because it's supposed to be happening. So I was like, okay, maybe I just didn't deserve to get this, or maybe it wasn't meant to be that I get this. So I'm going to reframe it and I'm going to be like, okay, thank you for not. And I literally did this. This is weird. This was mind blowing to me because I've never really operated from this level of this place. But I was like, all right, thank you. Thanks for not letting this happen. I know that there's got to be a better solution then. That was where I landed. And it turns out there was a different solution that'll work out just fine. And I'm happy with it. So that was promising. But I definitely couldn't do that if I was still gambling. I would have been psychotic, especially because this had to do with money, and I got denied for a loan that I was told on Saturday, you're approved. There was some contingencies, and then on the contingencies, they're like, yeah, no, this doesn't work. So I was pissed for a minute. That was what was cool about it. It only lasted a minute. We are saying goodbye to our past. We absolutely should say goodbye to our past and close those doors. I'm going to still say that we should somewhat remember, like not hang on to, not dwell in, but just be mindful that we had a past. Look over our shoulder. Oh, yeah, you're there. I don't want to be there again. Just to keep us focused on today and what the difference is between living in today versus hanging out back there in the past. We can't look into the future, only work on ourselves today. And that's it. You know, this is the only thing we have control to work with. I'm guilty though. I still look into the future, and I'm not sure that I won't stop looking in the future, because as a business person, I like looking in the future. And as a law of attraction believer, I need to look into the future to project what I want. As well as someone who's learning, well, it gets more complicated than that, about the future already happening. And I still have to circle back to a lot of Eckhart Tolle's work and understand a lot more about what he's saying about time between him and Joe Dispenza. I got a lot to learn about time. Anyway, I don't mean to confuse you or digress, but I am. So today, guide my choices as I lead a gamble-free life one day at a time. And that's the way to do it, guys. One day at a time. All of a sudden, you look back and things are different. Things are different if we keep going forward one day at a time. Okay, beautiful people. Since I am running out of time because this is my second time recording this, I have to run. But I hope that you have a fabulous day. If you haven't checked out the episode with Ashley that released today, she is married to someone who has sex addiction. And since there's so much proof or evidence that a lot of addictions, there's, cross addiction across different things, I'm trying to get smarter about it. I'm trying to help educate you guys about it. And it was an interesting interview. So I hope you get some value out of it. I'm sure that if you're a loved one of an addict that listens to the show, you'll probably pick up on things that maybe you need to hear or that you can relate to, whether it's sex addiction or gambling addiction or an alcoholic, whatever the case may be. So that's what we got going on. It's Happy Friday. All right, beautiful people.